Hello everyone, welcome to OnyxEarth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with a timeless pick a card love reading. We're going to be looking at what your person finds attractive about you. This is an 18 plus reading. And again, it doesn't have to be about a specific person. If you don't have anyone in mind, this could just be how potential love interests see you, or just how what people find very attractive in a sexual way, what your sexual energy is that you give off to other people. So I do have cotton candy images in the thumbnail, which is also in the intro, for you to select. Pile 1 is the yellow cotton candy, pile 2 is the blue cotton candy, and pile 3 is the pink cotton candy. So once you make your selection, I will see you at your pile. All right, pile 1, if you selected the yellow cotton candy, then this is your reading. We're gonna see what they find attractive about you. Could just be anything you're giving off, like this, especially of a sexual nature. That's what we're gonna dig for today. So I'm gonna start with this Revelations Tarot deck, and then I have like a couple of like love-based decks, possibly astrology-based decks if I'm feeling it. But I have that a hybrid of the Sex Answers Oracle and the Erotic Sex Oracle decks. I merged them, so now it's one big deck. So we'll see what we get from those messages. Okay, pile 1. What they find attractive. Ooh, okay. 9 of Cups. Right? Very, very confident, secure within yourself. Very fulfilled on your own with no regard for other people. Now, I know this isn't a physical attraction, but this energy that you're giving off of being completely fine on your own, like feeling good, comfortable, confident, whether or not you have a romantic partner, is extremely sexy to people. It may even be a little bit intimidating, whether, you know, like especially for people that would not normally be attracted to you. Like it just is it's a breath of fresh air it's giving off. If you look at the being here, just completely in their personal power, very strong, confident, glowing, right? Number 9 is about completion, being able to finish cycles and what on your own. I will say 9 of Cups is a very indulgent energy, so they like that you don't really hold back, that you're extremely passionate about life, that you're extremely passionate just in general. Everything you do is authentic and rich, right? And if we're talking about physical appearance, just from this card alone, I got a lot. Like this person or people in general just have you have a presence, pile 1, a very, very strong presence. Okay, but if we're talking about physical appearances, your eyes, right? People really find your eyes. You may have a really good bone structure in your face, right? You might have an oval face shape, full lips, that whole neck, shoulder area, and nice chest, arms. Those, you know, whatever that means for you, whatever that is about you that turns this person on, whatever, however it is shaped on you, people find it attractive, even if they wouldn't normally find it attractive on someone else. You're just very well put together physically. And also, 9 of Cups is, we talked about that indulgent energy. It's not depriving yourself, not denying yourself. So you may have like a fuller figure. Some of you may be a little more on the curvy side. Just something about, there's a certain softness about this card, whether it's the fullness or thickness, something very soft about the way you look physically. Okay, lots of energy from that 9 of Cups. I love that for you. So let me pull 2 more and take the bottom. What they find attractive about you. They definitely like your top half, and maybe this is a person that's actively thinking about you, that wants to communicate, because my phone is ringing as I'm doing this reading. Yes, so let me see what I have here. Okay, so you have the King of Swords in reverse. This person likes that you're not really an open book. There's a certain mystery about you, right? Like you don't have I'm hearing modesty. So some of you, there's a certain modesty about you that this person finds, or people find really attractive about you. If you want to look at this King of Swords, I really love this deck for its reversals, because there's a unique image for the reversals. See how you can't see what's happening. This is a being with wing. Is that wings? I think it's wings, but I'm not quite certain. But anyway, you can't see the face of this person, and like there's like a mystery, like they're not an open book. King of Swords, you know, swords rule communication and messages and whatnot. So maybe you hold back a lot and you don't share too much. You share just enough, share what's necessary, and like people really have this desire to figure you out, but it's definitely giving a little, like we're talking physically, so maybe a little bit of modesty. Maybe you're not quite and there's no rules on sexuality and how you project your sexual energy, but for you, whatever reason, Power One, it feels like you're a little more possibly covered, a little more modest, even if you wear things that may be a little more revealing. Just something about the way you do it feels different. I don't know, just again, you have a certain mystery about you that you're radiating out to other people. Ooh, and at the bottom, I'm not gonna take it because I do want another card. You have the moon. Pisces is relevant. That's 12th house themes. You may have Pisces placements or be dealing with someone that is a Pisces, but that same confirmation of that energy, that mysterious energy, you know, is also a very like psychic energy. You may be psychic. People feel like you're kind of in a alternative things, like you have very alternative style or energy about you, Power One, but also just a very watery energy. Even though you have that sharpness of that King of Swords, it is in reverse. So it's like not sharing all of your knowledge with the world, or not sharing your perspectives. People kind of having to get to know you on a much more deep and intimate level, right? 12th house themes to do that. And it's also, like I said, that very watery, sultry, smooth vibe. I'm hearing something about like a voice, like a very smooth, like when you speak, is a very flowy, smooth kind of energy with this swords, cups combination, and especially with the moon. So let me get one more card and we'll take the bottom before we move on to those oracle cards. Definitely this is the embodiment of what I'm describing. Regardless of your gender, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. Look at that. And notice like her eyes are kind of like, I don't want, let's say blocked out, but again, you can't quite see. Like there's that glow from the Nine of Cups, but like you can't quite see what this, like what you're people can't quite see what you're thinking. They can't figure you out. They never know what's coming from you. But it's also a very nurturing and generous energy coming in, very compassionate, loving, and whatnot. And again, it is giving that softness and everything that I was saying in that Nine of Cups. So that is what it is. You may be very in tune with your feminine energy, okay? Regardless of gender, you have the Seven of Cups. Lots of things, so much about you. People love how people find it very attractive how adaptive you are. With the Seven of Cups, those are options. Those are being able to shift and making decisions and kind of fantasy. People love, one, your creative energy, but also the fact that Seven of Cups feels like you may not, like you're a universal type. Like you know how sometimes like every people have kind of types that they gravitate towards when they're attracted to people, especially sexually. But like something about you, Power One, you're most people's type. Like if you're not a person's type, it's just it's something that's off. For the most part, you would be considered universally attractive, even if the qualities I'm getting, that certain features and qualities you have are not attractive separately on other people to a lot of people, but like compiled within you, it works for whatever reason. It just works even though it shouldn't. And that's part of that mystery of people wanting to figure you out, is that they're trying to figure out why certain qualities, certain traits in you are attractive when they've never been attracted to that before. So let me, because it's you, because you have this mysterious energy, I do want to pull from these astrology based decks really quick. I want to pull one from each I may not do this for every pile, but your energy is very mysterious, pile one. So let me see what I can get. Corn moon abundance. Yes, you feel very fertile, very rich. The people that want to procreate in life, like they see in you a very, very fertile energy, very nurturing energy. Like something about like you probably would make a good parent if from an X-rated perspective. Like this is 100% people just naturally wanting to procreate with you, like in an animalistic way. Like just something about your energy just pulls people in. It feels very abundant in that corn energy, that corn moon. And it also talks about you being very self-sufficient, and something about that being very attractive to other people. You have connect at the bottom. We're not gonna take it. Where am I gonna put this? Let's just move it out here. Yeah, but connect also talks about people wanting to merge with you. So something about your presence, even if someone isn't hypersexual, they kind of immediately have a sexual urge to kind of merge with you for whatever reason. So let me pull from this other deck. I don't want this to get super long, but I did want to just because your energy feels very 12th house, right? You have those energies on the table. That's very Neptune, Pisces, dreamlike. He put this in. People definitely fantasize about you. I will say that. That's a heavy theme here. Is that people have lots of fantasies, especially with your overview as the Seven of Cups. People fantasize about you a lot. With this King of Swords in reverse, people may obsess over you and kind of not be able to stop thinking about you. That's a certain energy that you have. Goodness, the Moon card here again. Satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. Again, we're not taking that bottom. We don't need that many cards on the table. But what flew away from me was the House 11. So friends, like-minded groups, humanitarian beliefs. So people just naturally want to be in your life. They want to be your friend. They want to be close to you. Regardless, like for whatever reason, just something about you. People just want to be close to you. Now, granted, you have the King of Swords in reverse, that mysterious energy. You know, you have that Queen of Cups, which is also mysterious, all of that moon vibes that came through. So you're not as open, which is why you have the House 11 versus the House 5 or the House 7. House 11 is more like social networking and whatnot. It's not as personal. So everybody wants to be as close to you as you allow them to, because you have that very, very abundant energy, but a very fertile energy. I'm telling you, like people obsess and fantasize over you a lot. Let me get one from the Moonology deck, and then I'll grab one from each of the love decks like I wanted to, and then we'll pull those sex answers. Erotic, what is this? Okay. At the bottom you have Waxing Moon. The energy is gaining momentum. And then the card that came out for you is New Moon in Capricorn. So again, that is 10th house energy. So 11th, 10th house vibes. You must be a hard worker. You must be something about your physical being is very solid, very earthy, even though we have all of this water energy here. And people kind of just gravitate towards you naturally like that. People also like how detached you are with that king of, like you have this weird combination of being super open and nurturing and connecting with people, but at the same time there's that boundary of you only know what I allow you to see. I'm only gonna tell you what you need to know. You feel very busy and distracted from other people, and that just makes them want to be even closer to you in House 11, right? Because like that hard work is paying off, and Capricorn is very busy energy, especially with that abundance. Like you've got a lot going on, and that Seven of Cups, lots of options, lots of things. If they're like, when we talk about romantic partners, especially a specific person, the fact that everybody else finds you attractive actually makes you even more attractive, because and the fact that it's a lot of different types of people that find you attractive, Pawan, it's very intriguing for potential suitors. It's like, okay, well, these people are all very different, and they all seem to have very differing types in what they find attractive in people. So the fact that they're going for Power One, that's interesting. And I, like, you know what I mean? Like it kind of makes people feel like they need to really go above and beyond when they're pursuing you, especially with that, you know, hard work is paying off abundance. It's you, they know you're not going to settle for less, and that's very attractive, that you wouldn't just be with anybody, either intimately or romantically, right? So let me pull from these romance based decks. If you work out, it just emphasizes your body. You don't have to. I'm getting a mix. I'm getting a mix of people whose body types are just naturally what they are, just because they just either live a healthy life, or you just let your body do what it does naturally, due to genetics. Or like if you work out, whatever it is that your structure of your body type is, it's just very intriguing to this specific person or to people that find you attractive. Let me see. Get from this stab. I don't want to take that. It didn't jump. It just slid. So sometimes I don't play the hesitation games with my deck. It's like, throw out what you want. Here we are. Ooh, I love this. So you do have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Now, it came out in reverse, and that's interesting for me because it's like people know you don't play around with your time, right? It's not, I don't want to say that there's a certain impatience about you, but people know that like once they step into your life, when it comes to like romance and the things that pursuing you, basically, you're not gonna waste time. Like, you have options, you have things to do, you're busy. At least that's what you give off, Pawan. And they find it very attractive that like you're not gonna just put whatever you have going on standby to wait for anybody. Like, if there's somebody like that, like if this person, you know, like this person, if you're asking about a specific person, they know that you are not waiting for them. That's a very clear message, and that's just kind of the general consensus of people. They know that you don't have time for games, you have options, so you will just move on to a connection that is more fulfilling of your needs with that Nine of Cups, right? I love this card. Okay, so you know how you have the corn moon, right? Which is harvest. Is that still in frame? I'll leave that there. So you have a harvest coming out. I love that. You planted the seed that the universe gave you due to your patience and growth. You are now are now able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So with that card coming here to complement that abundance, it's very, something about you feels very fertile. And like I said, whether people want kids or not, just something about you, like I don't want, because like I know like we talk about like that baby making energy, and like people like, you know, like it sounds super vulgar, but it's like, I'll put a baby in you. It's like that energy, or like something about it. Okay, something about you have that energy, and it's interesting. But for me, it's kind of like that innate nature, that animalistic nature, because you know, like we talk about animals and just the nature and how things happen. The spring season, it's feeling like that harvest area, like that fall energy. So maybe that's like your favorite season. Maybe you dress the best in fall, and you get more attention in the fall because people kind of notice that you have more confidence in your style and whatnot during that season, Pawan. But that harvest energy is just something about you, just pulls people in. You have very divine energy, regardless of your gender, divine feminine, divine masculine, whatever it is, because at the bottom you do have divine union. It says, congratulations, it's time to celebrate. Both you and your partner have healed and learned the important lessons to allow this union to manifest. So if you're asking about a very specific person, this is a person that knows you're not gonna wait. They see you as very abundant and as like a hot commodity, and they're gonna go in for whatever it is they need to do. I'm not gonna take this divine union card because we don't want that bottom of the deck. We don't want that many cards. But yeah, and like I said, I pre-shuffle these. You do have already at the bottom of this what is this deck? The Melanin Pop. You do have Oshun, which is like a goddess of love and water and fertility. So all of this energy, a lot of you may be divine feminines here, or like I said, very in tune with your feminine side. Okay, very in tune, well balanced in your feminine side. Okay, so let me see how one. I'm gonna pull one more from, well, just one from this Melanin Pop deck. Okay, this is an interesting energy coming through. You have the Rebel at the bottom. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. But you have Teacher in the reverse. So let me just sit with this for a second. It does say selfish, degrading, narcissism, inappropriate, but I don't know that that's the energy. Well, first of all, let's just um that's Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer. Maybe relevant placements. But I'm not feeling like that's the energy. Something about the teacher in reverse. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it's throwing me off. Let me get another one. Like I can't quite grasp it. Let me see why that is here. Why is the teacher here in reverse? What's going on with Power One? It's almost like you're not going to teach people, right? With that hard work, working hard and everything energy. Let me see. That is so confusing. So I don't know if this has anything to do with, okay. So we have time healed all wounds at the bottom, trust, synchronicities, healing, divine timing, very divine energy coming through for you. And like I said, at the bottom here for this other deck, you had divine union. Well, here you have twin flames. So like I said, you may be divine feminine, divine masculine. That may be the confirmation. Maybe that's what we're talking about here. But teacher in reverse is like you're not going to, it's hyper independent energy. It is an energy of I am not going to teach you how to treat me, how to treat yourself, how to maneuver life. Like you're not going to take advantage of my nurturing energy. Hence we have the King of Swords in reverse. But like this twin flames energy, it is intensity, healing, contracts, mirroring. So that's what, okay. Some of you, this is about a romantic connection specifically. Let's get that out of the way. It is what it is. You see divine union, you see twin flame, it speaks for itself. Others of you, or those of you where that resonates as well, people project a lot onto you. So like the people that even when people hate you, they find you extremely attractive, Power One. Like you have really extreme reactions coming from individuals. So when they hate you, it is because they are extremely attracted to you, regardless of gender, sex, their type, or they recognize how attractive you are, and they see all the qualities in themselves that they dislike within you. So like it's kind of like a lesson, right? Like you're not going to teacher in reverse with that mirroring energy of that twin flame is kind of people not wanting to take accountability for their own shadow aspects, and you bringing that to the front. Like you bring out the deepest, darkest sides of people, which makes sense with that heavy water Pisces energy that was coming in here. You bring out the darkest parts of people's souls. Like you bring out the most animalistic, raw, obsessive aspects when people like you and are drawn to you, and when people dislike you, you make them see all of the darkest aspects of themselves, like the intensity of their ability to dislike someone or hate someone, which it could be dangerous. So you just make sure you stay protected, Power One. That's not your fault that people project things onto you, but that's really what it is. You make people feel very intensely simply by being present. Okay, so let's get more on the physical qualities. And I'm telling you, like something about with that twin flame energy, like that card and imagery on that card, something about your body, it just does it. Like I don't know if it's like a skin thing, especially with all of that water, but like people just really feel like drawn to you. I'm hearing like people like, oh, they think your skin is most likely soft if they've never like hugged you or anything. Trust issues try to come out. So again, that insecurity that people have. I think 2 cards flew across the room, ha ha ha. But one is right here. So you have dirty talk in reverse. Very, very private energy. Like you feel very private, and that's very attractive. Like I said, it is very, very alluring. Like people kind of get a vibe like, okay, like you're very private, and like, but something about your energy, they just know there's something hypersexual about you. Back to that fantasy energy, look at that. So again, back to when I talked about the shoulders, arm, chest area, maybe very, very attractive to people. But erotic stories is here, and it is basically and I may pull more. I'm not gonna cut it because I have to. Like people definitely, they just fantasize about you and think about all of the nasty things that they would do to you. I'm not gonna lie. That's really what it is. Like, and they feel like you're very, very sexual, and they can tell that you would be super sexual in private, right? We have lips on that card. We even have strands of hair. So something about hair and lips is very part of that. Those sexual fantasies people have about you, and whatnot. You have into role playing. Again, that chest area is very, very prominent in people's minds, okay? Regardless of gender, you have into role playing, again, complementing that sexual fantasy energy we talked about. Now, we do have mixed signals, so some people kind of feel like you're a bit of a tease, a bit hard to get. Again, that chest area. And look, she's looking off somewhere else, so diverting of attention, like you're not really interested. Like, you know, you may be hot and cold with people, you may flirt with somebody, then completely ignore them. Like, that's the energy. People, it really just drives people crazy. It really turns them on when you do those things, right? But again, into role playing, like that's the kind of things that people fantasize about with you, okay? Definitely the case. I'll pull a couple. What is that? I'm so hot for you. I'm gonna leave that there, but I'm gonna do this because that can't be there. Not on YouTube. So spiritual connection is there. I want to pull 3 more. So hot for you. People get turned on by you. Like, you got that fire, okay? You've got that fire. Okay? You've got no strings attached. Playful with that was melons. Again, there's that chest area again. There's that wanting to be close to you and be like, there's people that are willing to do and look at that, spiritual connection is down at the bottom. You are deeply, you got that juice. All right, so no strings attached. They want to be close to you by any means necessary. So if that's the arrangement people would have to have with you, then that's what they'd be willing to do anything. The people that are attracted to you. You have get creative with me. We're just gonna throw that there. Like I said, lots of and look at that. Let me take you. So these are the types of thoughts that people have about you. Like, they really fantasize about you, especially with your 7 of Cups and whatnot. Like, they deeply, deeply find you attractive. So like, let me see if I can see anything else here. I mean, the gist of it all, honestly, Pawan, people just find you really, really attractive, with very intense energy, very physically attractive, regardless of their type, and they would do anything to be with you. Like, that's just you. You are that person, okay? You're that person. So that is all I have for you today, Pawan, and I want to say Paw 3. So maybe when we get there, you may resonate with that one as well. So hopefully this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 2, if you selected the blue cotton candy, then this is your reading. We are going to look at what they find attractive about you. This could be a specific person. This could be just what people just find interesting about you. But we're going to try to focus on the sexual energy that you're giving off, or what people find sexy about you. That's kind of the theme of this reading. And it is an 18 plus reading, since we are going into those adult sexual things. I'm going to use this Revelations Oracle. I'm going to use this Revelations Tarot deck. Ooh, okay, quick. That was quick. Let me finish my statement. You may not let people finish the statement. You may have very fast, aggressive energy. Power 2. I'm gonna pull from this Revelations deck. Like, you don't like let people give instructions very well. You just kind of move really quick. So after I pull from this Revelations tarot deck, I'm gonna pull from some oracle decks. I do have 3 love-based decks I'm gonna pull a card from, and then if I feel called to, I'll pull from those astrology-based decks. But I did merge the erotic sex oracle and the sex answers oracle into one gigantic deck, so we will see what we have to say for this. But again, messages, right? Page of Swords. That's the card that came out really, really fast for you. And people love the way you speak. Something about the things that you say, the way you communicate. Maybe you're super smart. Something about the way you're communicating is very intriguing to people. Swords do rule air signs. You may have those. That is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That could be you, or just an energy that you're projecting out to people. But if you look at this person, pages are also very youthful energy. Something about you is very youthful, very playful, and people love that. Like, it's very I don't want to say fun, but it's because swords are very serious, but it's still, pages a very youthful energy, right? Very young. You may be very young looking, right? You may have a like a youthful presence or a youthful energy, or just a very young face, right? Or if you're asking about a specific person, you may be a little younger, or a lot younger relative to them and their experience. Okay, so like I said, very quick moving energy, as air images are. Let me see what else I can get from this. Very open to some degree, but they're a little guarded, like open but guarded at the same time, because of how that sword is kind of blocking the heart. Maybe you are emotionally guarded with this intuitive read I'm getting, right? Like, you have this sword right in front of your heart, so very, very guarded, which is, people do find that attractive. Okay, makes them more intrigued by you. At the bottom you have the devil, which is Capricorn energy. What's going on here? Hold on. But okay, so you do have Ten of Cups, lots of emotions within you, but people just can't simply get a good read on it. But Devil is that controlling energy, like you, the shadow side, like something about, even though within that youthful, playful energy you have, people can kind of see this dark, like really dark side that you have within you, that you just kind of keep just beneath the surface. Pow too. So let me pull something about messages here. People really love getting messages from you, or if you're asking about a specific person, this person really loves talking to you and getting messages from you. Let me see. I want two more, and I'd like to take the bottom. So what's going on with pile 2? Look at that, another page. This is actually youthful, playful, very flirtatious energy, and like talking, communicating, something about the way you speak. You may have a very good voice, you may just have you be very good with your words, but something about the way you speak, or maybe you're very purposeful with the way you speak, Pal too. But whatever it is you say to people, it just locks them in. It's just like it's giving siren energy, right? We do have like the mermaid here with that cup, that offer. Okay, floating up. Something about the way you communicate to people just makes them feel very connected to you, very, very connected to you mentally and emotionally. Okay, so like I said, I didn't get too much physical. Beyond that very youthful appearance that you have, that confirms a very youthful appearance that you have. Something about you is very youthful. Okay, and say childish, maybe even childlike, but not childish, just very young. What is this? I think I just got my last card. This is interesting. You've got the Two of Swords. I think this confirms what I was saying earlier about being very purposeful with your words. Okay, Two of Swords is kind of like a decision that needs to be made that isn't necessarily being made. So like you may only speak when spoken to, but when you speak, you're very friendly and personable, and you've got a lot of you give off this very friendly, happy, emotionally connecting energy, sharing a lot of knowledge and whatnot. But like twos are also about balance, right? And the fact that you have Two of Swords and that you picked number 2, 2 may be a relevant number in your life, okay? Very relevant, but it's all about balance and balancing. So you know exactly what to say, when to say it, and how, and you don't speak until you feel it's with purpose, right? I do find you very, very, very intriguing, Pal, too, because right now we have all of this youthful energy, right? All of this flowy air energy. Pages are also ruled by air. So lots of air energy here, right? You have the page, which is air, swords, which is air, another page of cups, which is air and water, and then you have Two of Swords, which is air. At the bottom, we have Aries energy, the Emperor. Very powerful energy. Again, like I said, these are not gender specific messages, but this is more of a masculine pile. Even though we have this very playful, youthful energy, this very masculine presence about you, pile 2. Just because, again, air is like a masculine energy, and then that emperor is kind of like the king, right? The ultimate king, if we're using gender to describe in tarot. Okay, so like I said, it's you have a bit of a confusing energy, pile 2. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that's what that 2 of Swords is. People can't quite figure you out. You have a very flowy energy that's very mysterious to people. Like, it's not necessarily mysterious so much as you're very multifaceted in the best way. Like, just when people think they kind of have you figured out, you shift something and they see a different side of you. But because, like, you have all of this very youthful energy, right? You have all of these messages that can speak, and then you have, oh, I'm not going to speak unless I need to, and then you have that emperor energy, which is kind of the opposite of that inexperience of the page, that youthful energy of the page. Emperor is very, very certain, very sure, very strong, powerful masculine energy. So again, regardless of your gender, that's what you project off to people, like that kind of youthful, playful energy, and then you switch up and you're like in your emperor vibes. So that throws people for a loop. Let me pull from I'm gonna use the astrology based decks. Why not? We'll get more. I didn't get too much physical beyond you look a lot younger than you are, right? Or if we're asking about the perspective of a specific person, again, are younger, possibly, but very mature if you are younger with that emperor. So something about you is very youthful, but mature at the same time. Like, something about your parents, you have that conflicting of, it could go either way. You either look older or younger depending on what's going on. Okay, that's what's funny for me. I don't know why that's funny for me. What's jumping out of my hand? Ooh, okay. Exactly the energy we're talking about right now. I love this. You have the super moon. It's one of the cuter cards of this deck, right? That's number 16. It is wild card. So that is the energy that you give off, and that's the energy that was coming through as soon as I started to shuffle for you. Like, just go, go, go. You have bloom, flower moon, number 3. So like growing energy. Like, you have very developing, growing. Something about you feels like growing. Okay. Energy. But that wild card is that unpredictable. People probably would even describe you as chaotic in some instances, pile 2. I'm not gonna lie. Just very unpredictable energy, but still stable at the same time. It just doesn't make, like, the people can't quite put their finger on what it is about you, but it is super, super attractive. I will say, from a sexual perspective, you have siren energy. Like, you really lure people in, and people kind of feel like you have like this innocence, right? Like, you're super innocent, but they know that in the right situation, that wild card will flip out and you are like super dominant. Like, something about you have, like, with that young youthful energy, there's something very, very dominant about your energy that people kind of respect and understand. And people that are attracted to you sexually, especially if you're asking about a physical connection, a specific connection, this person knows that you would be very dominant sexually with them. Like, you would be the dominant, right? Like, if we're talking about like dom and sub, like, you're the dominant, it's not a question, right? Even though, like, that's not what you naturally give off. So that might be shocking with that wild card. Might be a surprise to people when they see glimpses of that emperor peek through from those pages. Okay? Let's see. Okay, we have the energy of Virgo coming through. So you may have Virgo placements, maybe dealing with someone with Virgo. Virgo does rule the Mercury, right? Communication rules Mercury, ruled by Mercury, sorry, communication, but it rules the 6th house of health, wellness, your day-to-day life, and just being organized and whatnot. But this card says integrity, reverence, and service. So something about a deep respect. Something, you have very authoritative energy with that Virgo Emperor combination. Just something about you feels very authoritative, and that's very, very attractive to people. House 7 is at the bottom. Profound relationships, intimacy, romantic partners. You take yourself very seriously. You take your connections very seriously. You also have a vibe of not like pile 1, similar to not being very easy. Like people know that it's not going to be easy to be with you, and that's very attractive. Why am I shuffling? I guess I want a second card from this deck. I was supposed to move on to the next one, but that's not what I did, so we're rolling with it. Let's see what else I'm getting, if there's something else I need for pile 2 from this deck. Come on. House 2, that is Taurus energy, ruled by Venus. So very, very physically attractive to people. Again, very, very soft features to some degree, but hard at the same time. Wild card, right? That's just not, it's funny to me because it is something contrasting. Like it's like kind of giving differing circumstances. You look and feel very youthful, very playful, very flirtatious, and then other instances you're very firm, very strong, very authoritative. So that is interesting. Physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. Again, there's a lot of earth here now stepping into the pile, so that's interesting. You have at the bottom house 3 in reverse. That is the house of communication. It says early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. So that is ruled by Gemini, Mercury energy. So air sign energy coming through once more. And honestly, that's what's super sexy about you to other people. That very, very serious childlike energy. Then that switch to that very serious authoritative energy, that very stable, secure. So like you kind of have a healthy relationship with your inner child and your, I guess, adult persona, and like people like that about you. So, and when we talk about physical things, they like how people like how wild and passionate you may be very transformative with the way that you look. Like that may be part of it. You may actually switch and shift in appearances, like right to a super soft and youthful energy, innocent energy, to that serious, strong, dominant vibe. You may switch like that in the way you look and the way you dress sometimes. And like I said, with that Virgo, it is about health and wellness. So you have a look of someone that takes very good care of themselves, very healthy energy. So that's what people find attractive about you. Something about being very light on your feet, okay? With all of this air energy. So let me pull from these romantic based decks, and then I will get some clarifiers from those sex oracles. What's this? So you have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So maybe that's that guarded energy you have, that people are very attracted to, because you do have passion at the bottom. Something about you just ignites a passion in people. But you also something like, even in these contrasting personalities that you kind of embody the most, something about you, you're very easygoing, okay? Like you're not really bothered very easily. People like how that they don't have to be afraid to kind of engage you or whatever. Like that people are never super nervous about engaging you, because you have a very easygoing energy with forgiving and learning, okay? And that's probably part of those pages, why those pages are there, those messengers, as it relates to connecting emotionally and mentally. That's probably why that's there. But just you have you're very personable, very easy to interact with, even in that Emperor energy, okay? Memories. Here it is. Someone is walking down memory lane at this time. It's okay to reminisce about the past by looking at old photos or messages. So again, if you're asking about a specific person, this person does look at your messages. They like talking to you. They look at your pictures. they reminisce about times, since forgiving and learning is a past energy. If this is a past person or person you have a history with, this person's very they are reminiscing, they're fantasizing, they're thinking about you. That's what all of these messages are coming through. That hesitation and Two of Swords, if you two are not in contact, not knowing how to proceed or whatever. If we're talking about a specific connection, like they're probably not going to message you, but they'll reflect on the communication that you have had. Slow down is at the bottom, so that confirms it. Just because we want something so bad doesn't mean we have to rush into it. Take a moment to talk with your partner or self to reflect on what is best. So if you're asking about a specific person and what they find attractive about you, all of the things we've talked about, but they're not going to engage you because they're just kind of taking a pause, slowing down, and just kind of working through whatever this forgiving and learning memories energy is. Now, if we're talking about just in general what people think, you have such a powerful energy, and the things you say, Pao-Tu, is so powerful, and you touch people so deeply emotionally, especially in that Emperor. Like, you can control a room, you can control a conversation, you can control people's energy, whether you realize it or not. People reflect on you after you're gone. So if they talk to you, even if it's a short, brief conversation in passing, people remember it and reflect on it. And that's deeply attractive, whether we're talking about sexually or not. Just when people interact with you, they remember interacting with you. They remember the details, the fine details of your interaction, right? You slow people down when you engage them. And that's super attractive to other people, all right? Let me see. I'm going to pull from Melanin Pop. Hopefully we get one more, and then I will pull from those other, that other combination of decks. So we can get some adult-themed messages about what people find attractive about you. I just saw body in the middle of the deck. So look at you, Pao-Tu. People really like what you're working with. Let me see. Spice things up is in the middle right now. Individuality, when I split. People can tell that you have like a kinky side, whether you intend for them to be able to see that or not, okay? At least they perceive you as having a kinky side, whether you intend for them to be thinking that or not. All right, just like that. All right. Clarity, honesty, survival, wisdom, self-discovery, desert. That's what I'm saying. That's that same energy. Like, you give people something that they feel like they're missing with your words, with your interactions with them. Like, you have a very healing energy. I don't know that you realize that you're a healer, but specifically with your words and the way that you project your emotions to people, when you engage them, you just make people feel good. Okay, Pao-Tu, you definitely do. I do feel like a lot of you here, and I don't want to say most, but a lot of you here are asking about a specific connection. You have to be, because at the bottom of the deck I have communication, news, offers, excitement, luck, call. So if we're talking like that connection I touched on earlier a little while ago, you are my world, balance, care, respect, reciprocate, grounded, worth. So that is at the bottom. It slipped out, but those scales remind me of the scales of Libra, which is an air sign as well. So again, lots of air energy on the table. Gemini as well, especially with Virgo and whatnot. I don't know that I see a lot of Aquarius energy, but that doesn't mean that it is not here, okay? But yeah, you have call. So like I said, there's someone that would like to interact with you. I mean, this person that you're asking about, it doesn't look like they're going to interact with you. It's possible you may get a message soon. It's possible, but they would definitely like to hear from you based on the reading thus far. And I feel like I kind of slightly remember a little bit what I was talking about at the beginning. I don't remember. I just channeled these messages. But if you go back and just kind of listen to what I was touching on before all these cards came out, it sounds like this person would like to hear from you, but they're not gonna reach out. So, but yeah, I mean, the most attractive thing about you to people, like I said, people do find you physically attractive. Like, there's a lot of physical things that there's a few physical things I touched on here. And even house 2 is like assets. It rules assets. So you might have some good assets physically. But it just feels like the most dominant energy is your presence. It is your words and your energy, how you communicate, whether it's an energetic transaction with people, just physically being present for someone, or like emotional connection, or just the way you speak. But like, I mean, call you know, we've got that self-discovery, you know, all of this is just feeling like a lot of air energy, a lot of communication, lots of talking. So that's how you deeply affect people. So let me just hop into this, so maybe I'll be able to get some more physical attributes about what it is people find really sexy and attractive about you. I'm hearing that because I'm still looking at those tarot cards, and that merge, that opposing energy of that really youthful energy to that dominating emperor. It feels like people almost feel like they would and a card slipped out, and I'll grab it. It feels like people think that they would kind of dominate you a little bit, and then like certain interactions with you let them know that that is not gonna happen, that would not happen, that's not how that would even go down. And I feel like anybody that's ever had intimate relations with you knows that. Like, it's like, oh, you have the really youthful, flirtatious, playful energy, like, you know, and then they realize that you have that emperor energy, throwing out that wild card and that supermoon card. So let me grab this card. Oh, these two cards. Interesting. Okay. Desire in reverse. Look at all of that passion and that fire. Get creative with me in reverse. At the bottom so far we have please tease me. I want a third one before I take the actual bottom, and then I'll probably pull 3 more and take the bottom again, okay? But right now that's feeling like that please tease me energy. It is desire reverse, like kind of like you have a lot of people can tell like you have a burning energy inside of you that you don't unnecessarily unleash often, with desert and the house 2 and the 2 of swords. Like, it just feels like you just kind of keep that in and people can kind of tell that, like, once unleashed, again, it is that wild card like I was just saying. But you also kind of people find that very attractive, that restraint energy. Like, there's a certain energy of restraint with you with that 2 of swords, and that really is like kind of locking up your inner beast. People can kind of tell you do that. So that's just something that's interesting that's coming through. Very dominating energy though, I'm not gonna lie, with this pile. This is interesting. Other lovers. So lots of people find you attractive. If like I was trying, the intent with this deck was kind of try to get more physical clarifiers. But I don't know, like, look at all those shadow people. It's super mysterious. I don't know if everybody selecting pile 2 just has different aesthetics, different looks, different physical features, but the shadow is not giving me the physical thing. But like, I'm not saying you're not physically attractive, you're super attractive. The confirmation is here. Other lovers, like, a lot of people are really attracted to you, okay? Lots of people are attracted to you, and you actually, with these here, like, it's like you're not even really interested. So if you are asking about a specific person, maybe make it clear that you're not interested in other people, because this person can tell lots of other people are really attracted to you. Like, it's a thing, whether you're interested or not, whether you even realize it or not, because there's instances where I feel like you don't even realize how much other people find you attractive. At the bottom you have romantic sex. Okay, and I saw that earlier. Trust issues could be a theme here in the connections. Something, I don't remember what it was I saw, but it did come out like you take yourself a little bit seriously as it relates to your connections. Like, it doesn't seem like you're really open to kind of being all over the place with other people, whether you're asking about a specific person or not. Just not really your vibe, because you're so closed off. Possibly those trust issues we just, look at me, touched on. Let me slide all of this over. I'm not even in frame. And I think that has to do with like your shadow. I'm not even gonna lie, pile 2. Like, you have this like shadow energy, and like, cause look at all those shadow figures. Most of these cards have images of people, like in this one, right? But it just doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like you're all invested in being hypersexual or projecting a hypersexual energy. It feels like, if anything, you try really hard to kind of pull back your sexual energy. That might be that super youthful energy coming through. You I don't know if it's because you're aware of how dominating you can come across sexually in your sexual energy, power, presence, but something about it feels like you kind of play up that page energy of being youthful, fun, playful to hide. It's kind of like locking up the beast within. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to your sexual energy, you're very what is the word? I don't want to use the word restricted. The word would actually be, what's the word I'm looking for? Restraint, right? Like there's a lot of restraint with that because you reserve that for again, like romantic connections and individuals that you have a strong bond with. Let me move these over because I do, what's that? One night stand, tea, social media. Is that me spilling tea right now? What does that mean? One night stand, hopefully I don't knock this over, tea, social media. So that may be relevant messages for you, whatever that combination means for you. I'm just trying to get this out of the way, not out of frame. That's good. Let me pull 3 more from this deck, and I'll take the bottom one last time. We'll see if people find attractive. That one jumped out, jumped right back in. This one's slithering, so we're not taking the hesitation. If you hesitate a lot, Power 2, I think some people actually find that attractive. You have, okay, must have you soon. Again, there's that deep desire that people feel for you. Like people may actively try to get you alone or like whatnot, okay? Definitely. All right, I got 2. So, must have you soon. Show your wild side, which is interesting because you do have the wild card. So the word wild for you, something about you, okay? And you have ready for booty call. People are really like, people are attracted to the fact that you're distant and not really down to be out in the streets, because like with the other lovers and all of that resistant energy leading up to it, it's actually surprising for people with that wild card and show your wild side that you're not open to like possibly just having booty calls with all of these random people that are very, very attracted to you. You might have multiple people propositioning you for booty calls. Definitely the case. But I mean, people are really invested in in having sex with you. It's crazy. I don't know that I've ever had a pile like this where people are like, let me just figure out how I can get my hands on pile 2. Like people actively, and it's a lot of people with other lovers. Oops, sorry if I'm knocking this over, but a lot of people are trying to figure out how to get you along with that wild card and those other lovers. It's crazy for me. But like I said, so you have the potential for a very lit life if that's what you're interested in. I can see how it probably would be super annoying if you're definitely in that, I think it was romantic sex card that came out first, and now you have making love. You're interested in love as it relates to sex, and that's sweet, that's beautiful. And don't let anybody pressure you into anything you don't want to do or project energies onto you that you're not really vibing with. Just live your life, pal too. But I mean, people are super sexual, like there's a hypersexual energy thrown at you from people, period. And I feel like, again, you play up those pages, have that guard up with the 2 of Swords to kind of, and even that Emperor is like a, conqueror. It's like a guard up, like, hold on, these are my boundaries when people come at you like that, okay? So that is, oh, wait a minute. I forgot to talk to you to have a specific person in mind. This person is, like I said, seeing like, okay. If this is a person you're not currently being intimate with, or if there's distance of any kind, they feel like you may be being intimate with other people because of this not happening with them. If you're talking about your romantic partner or interest, must have you soon. Show your wild side, ready for blue card. Like this person's kind of down. This person's also ready. Like not just the random people, but the person you're actively interested in. If you selected this pile with a person in mind, okay? So that is all I have for you today, pile 2. Hopefully this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, pile 3, if you selected the pink cotton candy, then this is your reading. We're going to see what this specific person you have in mind finds attractive, or just what people find attractive find attractive about you in general. I was hesitating my words because the fact that I'm leading with a specific person, a lot of you may be here for a specific person, but again, this is just the sexual energy you're kind of giving off to other people and how majority of people are receiving it, regardless of whether or not you have a specific person in mind. But we have so far in the other two piles touched on those of you that are here for someone specific, okay? So I'm going to start with this Revelations Tarot deck, and then I did it for the other two piles, so I'll likely pull a card from each of the astrology based decks, and then I'll pull one each from the three love based decks, and then I will pull from that hybrid of Sex Answers Oracle and Erotic Sex Oracle. I think that's what it's called, but I know that I merged those two decks, so we never know what we're gonna get. So let's see, pile 3. What do people find attractive about pile 3? Let's talk about pile 3. I don't know what that was. I think it was Temperance that jumped in and jumped back out, but one did fall. Ooh, okay. So you've got 7 of Swords. Look at that sneaky, sneaky energies. People feel like you're kind of sneaky. Not gonna lie, pile 3, people feel like you're sneaky, but they like that. They like that. They're like, pile 3 is a little, you know, there's a lot about pile 3 that I can't quite see, but I know pile 3 is very, very sneaky. I don't know why that's attractive to people, but it is. You know, maybe it's like a sexual thing. Maybe you act innocent and you know, in front of people, and they can kind of tell you have another side, you know, to you. So let me pull. I want 2 more, but let's see what the next card that will jump out will say about pile 3. Okay. Let's see, pile 3. What's that? King of Pentacles. Very balanced masculine energy. So you're very in tune with your masculine side. Doesn't matter your gender, how you identify. You're just very balanced in your masculine energy, okay? Especially as it relates to physical plane, because Pentacles rules earth energy. That is Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, okay? At the bottom so far, we have 9 of Wands, so there's a bit of a pause. Very, very, okay. So like with that King of Pentacles there, you have very solid, very strong, very powerful energy. Something about you looks very physically strong, regardless of gender. Like you can tell, like you don't look weak, right? And with that King of Pentacles, it is a very mature energy, very serious, very reserved, what I would even consider conservative energy. As it relates to the King of Pentacles, it's the slowest king. It's the most physically building of the kings of all of the suites in general. And like with that 7 of Swords, it's like moving in silence, right? It's like building in silence. So something about the way you move in silence is very, very attractive to people. And I don't know why. So maybe it's a specific person you have in mind that loves that. That's what you're doing. Okay. Four of Wands wanted to come out, but I didn't take it because it hesitated. So it could be related to like a new home, a new project, of something. Like someone finds very attractive whatever that is that you've built or where you've moved. I'm not gonna lie, like looking at that 4 of Wands, even though I didn't take it, it's like I'm hearing that's like this has got to be a specific message, unless you're very, very social and you just let people come over a lot, whether sexual or not. People just really like the way your house is to put together, like the way, like it doesn't have to be like an actual house. It could be an apartment, condo, anything, but the way you have your living arrangement set up, like someone finds that really attractive. Like they like that, how you put it together. And also with that 7 of Swords there, and that card was trying to come out. Okay, I got my last card. It may be it's feeling specific. It feels like a lot of you here, just a specific person. I'm not gonna lie. That person loves how private you are about your living arrangements with the 4 of Wands. Like they like that you're deeply private and that not anybody can come over to your house. Okay, you have the Knight of Cups. Okay, very passionate, very active, very creative. At the bottom, you do have the Eight of Swords, which is restraint. There's that reserved energy in that Eight of Swords. Again, what's that underneath? Two of Wands. It's like you're very active when you want to be, but overall you're very reserved, very restricted, restrained. I feel like a lot of you in these piles are getting that message. It's not many of you are actively like outside. I feel like there was mentions of some of you that might be like and when I say outside, I mean like very, very social, very sexually liberated. I feel like a lot of you have kind of baggage and ties in all of the piles, honestly, with your sexual nature and whatnot, and the energy you put off. Whether you're comfortable in your sexuality or not, it's just a different flavor than what people would expect someone to be comfortable in their sexuality to be. Like something about you is just, it's not what's popularized now, okay? So, but that Knight of Cups is very interesting. That's very passionate, very flirty, moving energy. So you may kind of flirt on the low. Like people, you're the kind of person that someone will talk to and like you'll be flirting with them, and either they won't catch it at all, or they'll catch it like after the fact when they can't respond. So that's interesting. That's very interesting that you have that energy, pile 3. But yeah, I mean, people feel like people, you don't give that you're very open and receptive to interactions with people that are like necessarily romantic. It, like with that Knight of Cups ending the spread, but the overview being the Eight of Swords, it just doesn't feel like people perceive you as being receptive, right? Very firm, very strong in that King of Pentacles, slow, like moving on beneath the surface in the Seven of Swords, almost like you're kind of trying to evade attention, even though you're getting it anyway in that Knight of Cups. Like you're getting it anyway, but you kind of like holding back so that you don't get attention. That's very, very bizarre energy, and for whatever reason, someone or people find that attractive. Okay, I'm gonna pull from these oracle decks really quick because I want to see what else I can get to develop this energy. I'm hearing with Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, and that King of Pentacles, it feels like people kind of fantasize about what you look like naked. And I'm not. Like the King of Pentacles too, that's very physical energy. Like people are very, very physically attracted to you, right? Not necessarily, not saying they aren't attracted to your energy. If you were attracted to one of the other piles, they're attracted, like it's a mutual physical and higher connection attraction that you get with people, like mental, emotional, spiritual connections you have with people. But here it's really, really, really physical. I'm not gonna lie. People fantasize about when you look like naked, like they stare at you when you are not looking in the Eight of Swords. Like people really want to like really oogle at you to see what you look like. Okay, let me see what more. Oh, goodness, that's way too many cards. What do you need to release keeps wanting to come out? So I'm gonna do this very, very different, because what happened is this Moonology deck I was trying to shuffle to get from the astrology based decks, and I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of you here, people are strictly physically attracted to you, whether mental, emotional, spiritual connection or not, it's all physical. So I'm like, I'm gonna pause on, if I feel called to go back to those astrology based decks, I will. But when this Moonology deck jumped across the room, it flew on top of another love based deck that I don't even have on the table. Let me grab it. Because this deck wasn't even intended to be used for this reading. This is the deck. You see me use it a lot. I don't know that I've used it in a while. When I split it just now, I saw opposites attract, so that may be relevant. could be you being very balanced in your energy, or maybe the person you're asking about is opposite of you, or maybe you naturally attract people that are very different from you. Could be that. But let me shuffle this really well and see what's going on with pile 2, what they find attractive about you, because this is not a deck. So I might switch this deck. I might pull 3 cards from this deck, and instead of those astrology based decks, let's do that. And then this is going to confirm for me that the vast majority of you here for pile 3 are asking about a specific person, because this is a love based deck. When I split the deck, when I said that, you have power couple, friends with benefits. So if that's any form of a confirmation about what you're asking about, then let's see. Okay, let me get. And this deck is very raw. Like, it's not, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably not gonna be sunshine and rainbows when we talk about what's going on here, but we'll see what I can get from these decks, okay? Let's see, what do people find attractive about pile 3, specifically this person? And just like that, power couple did come out, another card hit the deck, but I want to read this one first before we get into that one. 2 people who are equals and fiercely independent from one another, encouraging goodness in the world. So I will say, people find it attractive that you have a very powerful presence, again, with that King of Pentacles, very well balanced, well-rounded, stable individual. People feel like they can build with you. People feel like you would people feel like being with you would be a glow up, not just because you're this great catch, but because you would glow them up with you. That's how people perceive you. Okay, very powerful, very stable. You have slow and steady, probably that 7 of Wands energy. Slow and steady wins the race. Progress may be slow, but it will turn out to be beneficial than to make hasty decisions. So if we are talking about a specific connection, which may very well be the case, it is a sacred bond. You have at the bottom of the deck, you will have a spiritual connection that will allow you to see yourself through the person you love. Talks about that power couple energy of mirroring, of being successful together. That's how this person sees you fitting into their life, right? Very slow moving energy, not acting on it necessarily anytime soon with that 8 of Swords, but seeing you as someone they could build with very slowly from the ground up, a la King of Pentacles. Very private connection, very fun, youthful connection with the Knight of Cups. Okay, so let me pull one more and I will take the bottom, since this deck was determined to be in a reading. I'm laughing because Moonology was like, let me send for this other pile. I'm not trying to do this today. Okay, let me pull one more and we will see what they find attractive about you. They do like how you are a planner. If you're a planner, pile 3, I have 2 that are face down. I'll take them. If you're a planner, pile 3, this person loves that you seem to kind of have everything together. Like you're planning things and you have a vision for the future, and they can kind of see themselves as a part of that future, and not just kind of going along for the ride, but kind of, like I said, building together. In that power couple card, you do have at the bottom materialistic love, King of Pentacles, money. So you are very stable. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that 7 of Swords is very 7 of Swords and 8 of Swords. You probably have trust issues, pile 3. People take advantage of you. People see your potential and they want to be a part of it, not for the right reasons. That's why we're talking about this physical attraction. This pile is a heavy, heavy physical attraction. Most people are just attracted to you because you look good, because you are successful, because you have money. They're not necessarily attracted to you for anything other than superficial reasons with this, right? It says, let's hope this relationship is not just about money and gifts. You'll only end up feeling miserable. So that's how most people see you, right? And that's probably, if you're asking about a specific person, you're probably taking a slow and steady approach, or they want to take a slow and steady approach just to make sure that you two work for the right reasons, right? So I have these 2 cards. You have on the rebound. Someone is on the rebound, could be a confusing ride, take things slow. So that's a slow, take things slow message, right? It's another take things slow message. On the rebound, people, I don't know why you have this energy, pile 3, but people definitely people see you as a rebound. Like, not necessarily in a bad way. It's like you're so independent and so emotionally detached that people, when they're feeling lonely, they feel like you're the one that they would like to be around. But but that's not everybody. That's just some people. So just be mindful, because again, Seven of Swords, it is manipulative, sneaky energy, whether that's how people see you or how people are approaching you. So just guard your energy, pile 3. You do have marriage, which is you will either take your relationship to the next level or you will get married. There's so much to celebrate. So if we're talking about a specific connection, like a lot of you are here for, very slow, very steady, that rebounding energy is not rebounding to another person. If there was a pause, a break, it is a doubling back. Like it's a rebounding, right? Missed shot, coming back, you know, catching a rebound, that kind of energy. So you know, and obviously this connection has a potential to lead to marriage, if that's what you're asking about with the marriage and power couple cards. But again, let me just feel this out. I want to feel how this just comes across for everybody that are not necessarily here for a specific person. It does show, again, people see you as marriage material, whether that is because it's very materialistic reasons, like they feel like you could glow them up. It does feel like a lot of people kind of take a selfish approach to you. Now I don't mean to make this like a shadow aspect of the reading, but pile 3, I mean, it is what it is. Like the Seven of Swords is here, which is not necessarily a completely positive vibe, right? Just be careful of people wanting to take advantage of you and just wanting to glow up with you regardless, right? That materialistic love card. Like if this person sees you as like someone they could be a power couple with, someone that they could have marriage with, whether it's a specific person or some people. Those of you where you're asking about specific connection, I don't feel like this person is having this energy. Most of you, this person is not in that negative shadow side of this reading. Most of you, it is just how people overall see you, because you're so guarded and physically attractive and doing well for yourself. They're like, oh, if I could just get in good with pile 3, I'd be set, right? So let me pull from these other 3 love-based decks to see what's going on. And again, the light side, right? We talked about the shadow side. The light side is that people see potential with you, right? Because even if it starts off super physical because you have everything together, right? You're doing well, you're successful, you have all of your finances in order, and you're attractive, you know, once the right person gets to know you, right? You have power couple, marriage, energy, okay? So let me see what people find attractive about pile 3. But I'm not gonna lie, so far, like if we just overview, people find it attractive that you look good and that you have money. Seriously. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, again, beware of predators in that Seven of Swords, right? What is this? Ooh, honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Love that energy. So for me, honeymoon is like when people think of you, and people again, it goes back to being financially stable, it being, you know, in that King of Pentacles energy, regardless of gender. Like people feel like they would live a good life with you. People see you and they see travels, they see luxuries, they see pleasures, enjoyment, they see all of those things when they see you. And if we're talking about your specific person, you know, they think about what that would be like with you. I mean, I definitely, if you're asking about a specific person, this person does see marriage in the cards with you, with power couple, marriage, and honeymoon. Like this person thinks about, they may actually think about, oh, like a honeymoon with you and traveling with you. At the bottom, you do have give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So those of you that are here about a specific connection, I feel like that may be my confirmation that that sneaky shadow vibe, like the negative side of the pile, is not your person, okay? If you're asking about a specific person, that's just how people tend to approach you. And that's why you have that 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords guard up, you know, that wall in the King of Pentacles, right? And why you seem to take your time with connections. That's why. To avoid that. So good on you for being aware of the energy. It feels like you might be aware of that energy, which is good. And if you're not, then I'm glad that we're talking about it, because you need to be a little more aware of that energy, pile 3. So let me pull from this other love-based deck so we can see what do people find attractive about pile 3. But yeah, I mean, honeymoon just is icing on the cake, right? Money, stability, security, the ability to travel and enjoy things. What's this? Getting to know each other. So I will say you have good conversation. People like talking to you. You have getting to know each other, but that also, see, it is also referencing dates, right? Getting to know each other. People get to know each other on dates. So people kind of like the things that you can provide in that material love. Like most people, they like that you can go on dates, that, you might be able to pay, that you know what I mean? Like you may be able to go travel, do things with them. It confirms. But again, if we're talking about a specific connection, getting to know each other. Enjoy discovering new commonalities, goals, and dreams as you get to learn more about each other. So very good conversation. So I will say people love talking to you because you are a very interesting person. Probably how you have your life together, why you have your life together. People like to look at you. They like the stuff you have, and they like talking to you. At the bottom, you have harvest. You planted the seed that the universe gave you. Due to your patience and growth, you are now able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So again, you got it going on, pile 3. And if you don't feel like it, I might be spilling tea. You might be like coming into money soon, getting a promotion soon. Because if this is incoming energy and this is how people are going to be seeing you soon, and you don't feel that way right now, you have it going on. Like people see you as having money, as being physically attractive, right? Physically attractive, but having money, being stable, being marriage material, having stuff. Like people feel like they would live a good life with you. People feel like, self-love, right? Really being self-sufficient, having your stuff together. That is how people see you. That's what people find attractive. So again, beware of predators, people trying to take advantage of you and whatnot. It's hilarious because I do have this immaturity, right? People are very immature with the way to approach you. This deck has Melanin Pop. It actually has like a gold digger card, so I'm interested to see if it'll come out. That would be hilarious if it does. But like that's kind of how people approach you, and I don't like that. So, but I mean, like I said, I'm spilling tea. The other tea is that because this pile, remember, like I read all of the energy, not just the specific question. Pile 3, it feels like if you don't have a specific person in mind, like if you do, this is all of your confirmation about how you need to be proceeding with this person. Like this person is your equal, right? If you've been dealing with people that come at you because you have money and because they think you're attractive and that like you've got it going on your own and that they could be supported by you or you would help them glow up, this person is your counterpart. They are as successful, as independent as you, right? So it works. But if you don't have a person in your life like that and you're asking about how people see you, you're going to be blessed with someone that actually is your counterpart, right? I'm not talking about divine energy. Like, you don't seem like a super spiritual pile. Doesn't mean you're not, but like if you're like real rooted in that King of Pentacles, physical, go-getter, builder, business minded, investment minded person, a person is coming into your life that is going to kind of mirror that, and you're going to be able to build with them without fear of being used, take advantage of, because they have similar goals, similar income levels with you, right? So let me pull from this Melanin Pop deck and see if we can get one more card, and then I will pull from that hybrid again of Sex Answers Oracle. And goodness, I know you're lying. I'm not taking this card, but I will touch on it because it's interesting. It's interesting not just because this card came out and it came out in a different pile, but because here we are here with that on the rebound. And here we go with rebound again. Short-term breakups, fast breakup, short-term relationships. Some of you have had a short-term breakup or will soon and double back. But it says short-term relationships, fast breakups, grievance, whatever. It doesn't want to do. But this darn twin flame card, I think we talked about mirroring, right, a little while ago. Come on, there. No. It's hesitating. Anyway, it says intensity, healing, contracts, mirroring. So I almost put it down. I do not want to put it down. We want to talk about this on the rebound card, because some of you, again, like that doubles. A lot of people see you as a rebound. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go, like, you know what, oh my gosh, it makes so much sense. The energy that I said earlier, I'll get to the one that makes sense. Is again some, like if we're talking about a specific person or a specific person that may be coming in that's going to find you attractive, that works. On the rebound, it's like a doubling back from a missed opportunity, right? Made a shot, missed the opportunity, caught the rebound, right? Rebounded with you after kind of fumbling you in some way. Those of you where we're talking about just how people in general see you, they really do. They see you as like, it's like that celebrity energy, right? Like, you know how people have like their dream person or like celebrity crush? People have that vibe with you. That's what that rebound is. It's like when they get like, there's literally, there might be somebody out there right now, pile 3, that gets into it with their partner and they're like, I'm not worried about you. I'll try to get at pile 3. Pile 3 has it going on. They got money, they got a house, like, you know what I mean? They have all their own stuff. They look good too. You know how some people like to throw out, oh, they don't have any kids, whatever. You know, whatever the thing is that makes you very desirable to most people, because you are what most people would consider to be desirable. Like, it's kind of very, very good on paper, like looks good, you know, well cultured, financially stable, whatever looks good on paper, whatever desirable is around you and in the people that you interact with. That's why people see you like, you know what, I'm not worried about, like, such and such broke up with me, such and such turned me down, I'm not worried about that. Look at pile 3. Let me see if pile 3 will take a chance on me. That's how people see you. That's what people find attractive about you. That's crazy. So I do want to pull, I don't want to take those, but I think that wanted me to clarify that energy, and it wasn't coming through with just that on the rebound card. So, but the people definitely see you like as an upgrade from whatever spouse partner they have. Like, I'll get at pile 3. Like, don't even play with me. I can't. Let me get this card and take the bottom. It's a lot of cards. Actually, it's not. It's 2, but I'm still not gonna take them. I know I'm doing a lot right now. I'm doing a lot. Like, you're very different. I only want 1 card for whatever reason. Like, I'm very committed to the 1 card, but it says alien. You're very different, mysterious, right, from other people. But you had, I do everything in reverse and I want you back upright. So it's like that same energy. Like, I don't have to worry about anything, right? If I'm with pile 3, people, and even your exes are thinking about, you know, missing you. And that's another thing that's coming through too. Like, your exes may try to make you jealous by rebounding because like they know they fumbled things. Like, it's crazy. Pile 3 is chaotic. Let me please get this 1 card. I just want this 1 card so that I can move on to the other things. This pile is actually a lot longer than the others. Let me see. You have really nice stuff. People see you as having nice stuff, pile 3. Social media. Okay, we'll take it. At the bottom of the deck, we will take my career. Let's pull it up. Thief. Exactly. People like try to take advantage of you. It says steal, criminal, cheating, ulterior motives, right? That 7 of Swords energy. People try to take advantage of you because they feel like you have it going on. Like, you have my career, which is, come on. Fine, it won't show. It says promotions, passion, offers, stability, wealth, and new ideas. So those of you where I was talking about, oh, you know, pile 3, if this is not how you feel, you don't feel all stable like this, you are going to get promoted soon. Like, I love how like T subtly throws itself into these readings. Like, you're getting promoted soon. If you don't feel it coming, like, you will. Like, you're gonna have a lot more money than you already had. Like, people are gonna see you as a prize because of this money. Okay. Social media. It says popularity, influencer, tech savvy. So again, lots of, again, I told you, maybe like it's social media influencers. Some of you may be social media influencers. Some of you may be posting more on social media, so people see you a lot more and you're looking good. You're feeling very successful on social media. But like it talks about that energy, like I said, like kind of like a celebrity, like dream person energy. People are like, listen, I'll just go for pile 3. I don't know if they'll take me, but if they do, I'm winning. You know what I mean? So like, that's the energy that's coming through. So let me pull. I might be able to get some physical indicators. I hope so. I didn't, but like I said, it's just really, I mean, we got a lot of physical indicators, but it was all about your money and your stuff and how good you look and how you're like people's like fantasy dream person. around you because you're so well put together, right? And you have a lot of money, whether you realize it or not, or you know, you're on your way to having a lot of money. People are really like attracted to your money and your stuff, or your ability to make money. And money is relative, right? Like I'm not saying all of you here are rich or are going to be rich. Some of you, that, yes, that's the case, but relative to the people that find you attractive, like they may be broke, not like as an insult, they may be struggling, and you know what I mean, we all have different income levels. To other people, you have it going on, but just be careful, because a lot of the people that find you attractive tend to be predators. Okay, all right, so let me see. I'll pull 3 from this deck. Goodness, this pile is super long. We'll live with it though. We'll do our best. Come on, pile 3. That jumped out, jumped back in. Okay, slid right into my hands. I'm so hot for you. Again, very, very physical attraction. Very physical. And let's see if I can get 2 more. We'll look at the bottom, and I may get 3 more and then take the bottom. What are these 2? Oh goodness, that's way too many, because like so many came out. I will say, in me doing that and saying too many came out and putting them back in, look at the bottom. It says protect yourself. Make sure no one tries to trap you, literally, with like children. Like the card kind of implicates with these combination of cards, but also like just protect yourself in general from people that may not be wanting to explore a relationship with you for the right reasons. Okay, gentle, loving. There's a very intense stare on that card, so you may have very intense energy. Let me get one more. What is this? Seduction. Okay, like I said, just be careful, because there's people that are out there that are very physically attracted to you, and that I'm so hot for you card that will kind of ease their way into your life, like being very delicate, pretending to love you, like in a seduction to kind of get in good. Right at the bottom, we do have there's someone else. What is all of this third party energy coming through with this rebound and there's someone else? Make sure that you're not allowing people to project the mistress side piece energy onto you. Since we're looking at how people see you, make sure people don't see you as like a side piece mistress energy, pile 3, because that's coming through very heavily, I'm realizing. Okay, but it also confirms that message that I was saying, and oh my goodness, is there again, there's someone else. So like I said, maybe people see you as like, oh, I'm not worried about my partner. Like I get mad at my partner, I'll try to get at pile 3 to make them jealous, because pile 3 is quote unquote an upgrade. So just watch it. Just watch it. Okay. And that card just does not want to go from the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh, it's just there. It's super there. And I saw ready for a booty call, playful. Just make sure you're not allowing people that don't actually take you seriously into your space. It's a warning. And let me see if I can get 3 more cards and wrap it up. Okay. People do find your lower half very attractive, I'm realizing. You have goodness, it's so much. And look what came out. Mistress and going to make you mine. I'll just throw them down. There's a lot of cards that threw themselves out along with those, so I will not take them. But yeah, going to make you mine. So like, just again, your physical body, because you got the chest, you got the top half now that I've said, your lower half. But that mistress energy did come out. Let's make sure that that's not how you're allowing people to project you, unless that's the life you live. We don't judge here. If that's what you want, you're comfortable with that, that's fine. No one, that's fine, as long as it's what you want, right? What is this? It's too many cards. One more, please. And then we take the bottom and close this out. Like I said, this pile has been a journey. Okay, pile 3, it's been a journey. But that Mistress card has a whip, so it is giving dominating, especially with this red pumps. Okay, we have dress sexy for me. Again, materialistic, very materialistic. So just watch it. Because, again, going to make you mind very possessive energy. People are very possessive towards you, even when they must be the truth. You have obsessed with you. So I don't know. We do have that influencer energy here in social media, so just make sure that if you are on social media a lot, or if you have a career that puts you in the public eye a lot, like if you're very prominently placed in your community, just watch it. You have a lot of people that are obsessed, because again, we did have that dream person energy, that fantasy, like kind of celebrity energy. Not saying you're famous or anything, just saying that in your circle, in your town, community, club, wherever you're at, you're super popular. And whether you realize it or not, and people are very physically, almost in an animalistic way, preying on you, if that makes sense. Some have good intentions, a lot of them don't. Just watch it, okay? Power 3, just watch it. So this is not what I expected at all when I did this reading, at all. At all. So hopefully this resonated. If it did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.